Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work without you guys. It's been a long day. Drove down the country. Spent about 3 hours driving today. Put down about 300 feet of flooring, and I kind of jacked my knee up. Um, I got a bad knee, and I tell you what, it always feels like it's made of glass. And like if I've just had this feeling. I've told my wife this, that I feel like if I jumped off the back of the truck, that my knee joint would shatter, and it just feels kind of just jacked up. I know people said, "Man, why aren't you wearing knee pads?" Knee pads don't really help me on that. In fact, they kind of actually make it worse because they get on the scar, and it feels like you're kneeling on a pencil. But because it's just the joint is just screwed up. It's just bone on bone. It's internal. It's not like topical where it hurts. It's just hard to get up and down on it. But I'm putting down laminate flooring. There's a piece of flooring on top of it, and it just blended in. And I stepped on it, and that sucker kicked out, and my knees kind of jolted. So, fortunately, I don't have my ibuprofen. Take a couple of those, but it's getting tight. But we're about 24 hours away. Oh my God, 24 hours away from the Cowboys versus the Eagles. If you're not excited about this, I don't know what to tell you. This is probably one of the bigger games that we've had in quite a while. I mean, well, actually, no. Actually, us going to Philadelphia last year and beating them because our season was in the dumpster. We were hurting. Everybody had already given up on our team and told us that we were just some crap. Jason Garrett needed to be fired. And it's kind of funny that here we are. We're talking about, wow, I can't think of Lincoln Riley is talking about wanting to coach the Dallas Cowboys, which is kind of strange because normally people don't talk about wanting jobs where somebody's already employed. But he really wants that. But, we're not looking at coaches right now. We've got the Philadelphia Eagles, who have their own problems as far as coaching goes. We had their coach basically say he guarantees that they're going to get a victory and then walked it back. You got a linebacker who was talking about Kirk Cousins, being the weakest link on the team, and they get lit up by him and they cut that guy. Then you got Carson Wentz. He's got people backstabbing him, there. So they've got some issues just like we do. I'm glad we don't have those kind of issues, at least right there. Our issues are getting our money players to perform. Now, tomorrow night, we're going to be live streaming during the game, live stream reaction. And listen, as much as I would love to go ahead and just have the camera on the screen so we can watch the whole game, it don't work that way. If you pay attention to what they say on the NFL, you cannot rebroadcast without express written consent. I use a little clip, 10-second clip and stuff on there. Bam, it's demonetized. Sometimes it's even blocked. So you can't play that as much as I'd like to. But we'll have E2 Blue in the house. We'll have Clarence in the house. I'm not sure who else. I'll be there. Michael Anthony Fitness will be there. We're going to be making some real steak and cheese as Eagles. We're going to show you what some real steak and cheese, not some damn cheese steaks. We're going to have some good eating. We're going to have some Joe Boo wings. And we're going to do something special tomorrow. We're going to try something new. Because here's my thing. You can never, ever get comfortable with what you're doing. You have to constantly be motivated. I don't care where you are. You can be all the way on the top. If you are not still motivated to achieve more, you know what's going to happen to you? Do you? Do you, punk? What's going to happen is everybody else is going to look around and say, oh, okay, I see what he's doing. You know what? I'm going to take what he's doing. I'm going to do that, but I can actually do it with a new twist to it. And all of a sudden, the people that were down below you are catching up. And see, that's the thing that I think is happening with our team. Well, I'm sorry, but before I get back to my team. So we're going to do something special tomorrow because this game is special. Philly. Philly 500. You know, Philly, you're my boy and all that. Except when it comes to Cowboys versus Eagles. Brother, it's on tomorrow night. This is for the big kahunas here. We are fighting it out. First place is on the line. Season is on the line. And because, brother, we're going to bring you some action. We're going to do a first here on YouTube. That's right. Here on the Jobu Sports Report. Tomorrow, when you look at this camera, when you follow that live stream, we're going to have the score right over here so you can keep up with the score. But wait, brothers, there's more. Over here in the corner, we're going to have actually another camera with a feed in there. Picture in picture, brother. Picture in picture. Picture this, brother. We're going to have Philly 500 up in the screen there. So you're not only watching me, you're watching me watch him. One of us is going to have a rough day tomorrow. One of us is going to lose it. But you know what's going to happen here, brother? You're going to see somebody happy as can be, sky high. And you're going to see somebody ready to kick the dog. And you're going to see it right here on the Jobu Sports Report. Because, brother, we bring you the coverage that nobody else does. So make sure, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, you are here for the ultimate smackdown. Jobu Sports Report versus Philly, hoping he'll be Philly below 500. Yeah, we gonna do that. Philly 500. We're gonna be watching him live and in color, real time, watching his game while you're watching me and my crew. I can't wait. This is what it's all about, man. For me, growing up, my first experience with the NFL was my dad trash talking my uncles. Cowboys would win, boy, wouldn't hear from those Redskin fan uncles of mine. Cowboys lose, that phone is ringing off the hook. And that's what football is about me. They're family. They just root for another team. And I can't wait till tomorrow to get this thing on. But on a serious note, if you're Robert Quinn, you might be licking your chops. The Eagles drafted offensive tackle Andre Dillard, I think in the 22nd pick. He's filling in for Jason Peters. He played about 39 snaps last week, filling in for Jason Peters. And tomorrow, he'll be playing the whole game for the Eagles. We've seen Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn, who you got to look at and say, it's been a hell of a signing. Robert Quinn has only played 4 games and he has 5 sacks. 4 games, 5 sacks. The way he can bend around that edge and come around, I mean, he gets so low. I mean, I don't know what kind of tire. It's like his tires has got spikes on them that they're just digging and clawing because he gets that shoulder low and he can just cut on a dime right on past that offensive line. He's got that speed. It's like he's a young pup again. He's not going against Jason Peters, that veteran, that all-pro, that one of the best tackles in football. He's going against a young pup that's wet behind the ears. I'm hoping that Robert Quinn feasts tomorrow. Now, what this is going to do, if you are the Eagles, this is my again, I don't work for the Eagles. As people put it, you're just Joe the fan. You don't know Jack and anything else. And I get that. That's cool. That's cool. I understand that. So I'm just going to give you my opinion. But if I am the Eagles, I'm a little worried about that matchup with the way Robert Quinn has been playing with the rookie. So that may mean that you keep a tight end on that side, or you may keep the running back in just in case. So your franchise quarterback, who has kind of been told he's holding on to the ball a little too long, gets a little help. Because if Robert Quinn can come around that corner, he makes a move on that guy and gets bad things. And that's one of the key matchups right there. If he can go ahead and get that steam rolling, man, it could be a long day for Carson Wentz. Now, all the talking heads, of course, tell you, well, Cowboys got to get the Zeke Elliott running. We got to get that thing going. But understand this. The Eagles are really good at stopping the run. You know what the Eagles are not good at? Stopping the pass. I know I'm going to say something that's blasphemous. I almost wonder if we had been better if Zeke's holdout had lasted into the season. It's crazy, but this team seems to be transitioning more to the passing game. Even though last week we got 105 yards out of Zeke, it just does not look like the same type of team anymore. You see how the Cowboys are now, I think they're second in the NFL with passes down the field. Over 20 yards completions. And this is where you kind of say, okay, the Dallas Cowboys are second in the NFL in passing plays over 20 yards. They're second in the NFL in passing plays over 40 yards. You know who's 30th in stopping that? The Eagles. They've given up more 20-plus yard passing plays than anybody, almost anybody else. So you got to attack that. You attack that, and you got to use play action. And once you start getting down the field and that defense is loosened up, start doing heavy doses of Zeke Elliott. You have got to be balanced. You have got to use this offense to its fullest. This team is evolving from just a straight running team to now becoming more of a passing team. I know you haters out there will say, well, Dak can't do that. Well, he's already doing that. What we need now is guys to hold on to balls. And we need these officials to actually call these games straight up. It bothers me the way these games are being officiated. And I know I'm a homer, but you can't honestly look and see what's being called for Green Bay or what's being called for New England and then turn around and look at the stuff that's being called for Dallas and say that it's equal. It almost starts to make you wonder because now the NFL, like it or not, is in the business of gambling. And it just seems like every time the Cowboys have something going, have a big play, somehow that laundry comes down. I'm still missed by that offensive pass interference on Austin. Took that touchdown off the board. That big run by Zeke Elliott. Come on. Even Tony Romo and crew are kind of saying, are you sure about those? Well, that's all I got. Hope you guys tune in tomorrow night for our live stream. We're going to be getting up tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I'm going to be ready to go early because I got to go to the store. Got to get some sub rolls. Got to get some steak. Got to get some chicken wings. And get ready for the game. But I'll leave when Mama's ready. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'm hoping that you had a great Saturday. And somebody sent me an email. She said, help! She needs my recipe for my pork shoulders for smoking. So I'll try and email that to you before I go to sleep here tonight. But I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. Have a great night.